The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Reb Shmuel David Friedman brings down an amazing story in B'didi Hava Uvda, which we can learn so much about. So I want to teach you a story that he brings down, which we can learn from. We can mamish practically save lives with this story. There was a kohelim man many years ago, and he was nifter, young. It was a very big tragedy, and he left a young wife with a bunch of kids, a whole house full of kids. The 9.5-year-old boy shut down, emotionally shut down. He didn't keep up in the classroom. He developed social anxiety. He didn't play with friends. He lost his friends. He had depression. He had all kinds of... He was very messed up. He shut down. After a long time, they had no bravery. They didn't know what to do. They went to the top professional of the time. And the professional of those times, they didn't have all the beautiful names that we have today, but basically you diagnosed him with ADD and ADHD and depression and social anxiety and all kinds of stuff. And he told the parents that this is what you have to do. First of all, he should not go to school anymore, only 20 minutes a day. It's too much for him. You have to get tutors to teach him Lashon Kodesh, Hebrew studies, and for the Goyish studies, for social studies and math and whatever they were learning over there. And tutors and tutors and tutors and tutors. And then you have to have a lot of therapy sessions. And then you have to put him on medication. He needs to be on meds. That was what the top professional diagnosed and said that he has to do. This family had no money. There was no breadwinner anymore. It was a koil family to begin with. And the mother didn't know what to do. So she had a relative, the Rosh Hashiva of Chibin, Tzchus Yogan Aleinu, Rebbe Avram Ganachavsky. And she went to pour out her heart by her cousin, by her relative, the great Rosh Hashiva of Chibin. And she told him what happened to her son. 9.5 years old, mamish emotionally disturbed and shut down. And then we took him to the professional. The professional says all of this is going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Can you please help me, give me money? Can you give us financial assistance? They did not ask him for help with the child. They asked for financial assistance. But he heard the story and he said, would it be okay if I can meet with the boy? So she said, of course, I'll bring him tomorrow. They made up the next day, tomorrow. They'll bring the boy to the Rosh Hashiva's office. The next day, she comes with the 9.5-year-old boy. Our cousin, the Rosh Hashiva, wants to meet with you. He walks into the room. The Rosh Hashiva sees him in his office, and he sits down on the floor. The Rosh Hashiva sits down on the floor. He motions over to the kid, come, sit on the floor. Listen to every piece of this, the ga'inus. The first step, be comfortable. Go to their space. Come here. He showed him, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not going to give you musr. Right? I'm safe. Come sit. Sits on the floor. Schmoozes with him. He had a candy. He gave him a candy. Schmoozes with him. What kind of toys do you like? What kind of game do you like? Decided tic-tac-toe. Good. He had a pen and paper. They started playing tic-tac-toe. For a few hours, he sat on the floor and he schmoozed with this kid, played with him. No talking about anything. After a few hours, he said, okay, I got to go back to work. Tells his mother, can you do me a favor? Can you bring him back tomorrow? The next day again, the boy comes in, Rosh Hashiva on the floor. He already brought another toy from his house. He had it waiting for him. He knew what he liked, and he's playing for a few hours with him on the floor. And the next day, please come back again. After a few weeks, the Yeshiva tells the boy, we have a big problem. I really enjoy playing with you here on the floor. Problem is, you're supposed to be in yeshiva, and I'm supposed to be a Rosh Hashiva. I have a yeshiva to run. And we can't go on like this all the time playing. So I would like you to go tomorrow to yeshiva, and I'm giving you a riddle. I want to play a new kind of game with you. I'm giving you a riddle to ask all the boys in your class. And whoever is going to answer it, you come back a few days later, you tell me who it was, I'm going to give you a candy, a toy, whatever, to give to that kid. So the kid is intrigued. Let me hear the riddle. So the yeshiva asks him, here's the first riddle. He asks him like this. What do you make a bracha on? Put in your mouth, but you don't swallow. Think about it. A shayfer. You make a bracha, you put it in your mouth, you don't swallow. The kid thought it was great. The next day he went to yeshiva. Instead of walking in depressed and, where were you with it? He said, I was with the Rosh Hashiva of Chibin, and he gave me a riddle, and if anybody could figure it out, then he's going to give a gift. Unbelievable. Everyone's into it. And a couple of days later, he goes back, he tells his Shiva that this and this boy got an answer. He gives him the gift, the toy, gives him the stuff, gives him another riddle, comes back a few days later, and the boys already were following him to go with him. One boy wanted to go with him. He went to Rosh Shiva. He saw the way Rosh Shiva was talking to him, built up his self-esteem. A couple of weeks goes by, and the social anxiety is gone. He's already playing recess with the boys. He got friendly with the other boys, the better boys, and he started learning again. And within a few months, all of the problems went bye-bye. He didn't need therapy, he didn't need tutors, he didn't need medication, nothing. The kid could have walked into school feeling so tzibrochen. Everybody's looking at me. Where were you? Oh, he lost his father. Instead, he walked in with a riddle from the Chinuch Yeshiva, and a candy, and a prize, and he's a hero, and everybody's interested, and everybody's going home and asking their fathers and their mothers. Genius! Genius! Build up a kid. That's how you build somebody up. We're not all Chinuch Yeshiva, we're not all such geniuses, but if we understand the map, that's the medicine to heal many times Tzibrochenkait. Many times we can heal the diagnosis and the social anxiety and the depression. Many times can be dealt with somebody who's older and caring, can sit on the floor and play with the kid and build that relationship and boost them with the self-esteem.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org